Hello students, we come to the last part of our revision of metallurgy. In the last part, we are going to discuss about corrosion of metals and prevention. So first we discuss about what is meant by corrosion. So corrosion is the damage caused to the metal by the chemical reaction of air, water and acids with the surface of the metal. So here are some of the examples in which various metals, how do they get corroded? So iron reacts with moist air and a deposit of reddish substance, which is Fe2O3.H2O, is formed on it, and this substance is called as rust. Carbon dioxide in moist air reacts with the surface of copper vessel, and copper loses its luster due to formation of greenish layer of copper carbonate, that is CuCO3, on its surface. This is called patination of copper. Next is corrosion of silver. On exposure to air, silver particles turn blackish after some time. This is because of the layer of silver sulfide, which is Ag2S, formed by the reaction of silver with hydrogen sulfide in air. By oxidation of aluminium, a thin layer of aluminium oxide forms on it. So these are the various examples of corrosion of different metals. These various methods, how do they get corroded, are briefly described in the neighboring table. So here you can see that the metals are listed, whom do they react with, the substance formed, and form of the corroding substance. Next, we come to prevention of corrosion. As we can see that it is kind of a damage to the metal. So it needs to be prevented. So corrosion of metals can be stopped by avoiding direct contact with air. The prevention of corrosion can be achieved by following methods. To fix a layer of some substance on the metal surface so that the contact of the metal with moisture and oxygen in the air is prevented and no reaction would occur between them. To prevent corrosion of metals, by applying a layer of paint, oil, grease or varnish on their surface. For example, corrosion of iron can be prevented by this method. Prevention of corrosion can be done by putting a layer of non-corrodible metal on a corrodible metal. For example, galvanizing, tinning, anodization, electroplating, and alloying. First, we discuss galvanizing. In this method, a thin layer of zinc is applied to prevent corrosion of iron or steel. For example, shining iron nails or pins are the example of galvanized iron. Here, corrosion of zinc occurs first because zinc is more electropositive than iron. After a few rainy seasons, the zinc layer goes away and the inner iron gets exposed. Then iron starts rusting. Here are some of the steps of the galvanizing process. And the steps are caustic cleaning, rinsing, pickling, rinsing again, flux solution, drying, zinc bath, cooling, and inspection. Next, we come to tinning and electroplating. A greenish layer forms on the surface of a copper or brass vessel. This greenish layer is poisonous. If buttermilk or curry is placed in such a vessel, it gets spoiled. Tinning is done to prevent all such damages. In this method, a layer of molten tin is deposited on metals, which is also called as galai. Electroplating. In this method, a less reactive metal is coated on a more reactive metal by electrolysis. For example, silver-plated spoons, gold-plated ornaments, etc. Here, less reactive metals like silver is used as anode and metal to be electroplated is used as cathode. Next, we come to anodization. In this method, metals like copper, aluminium are coated with a thin and strong layer of their oxides by means of electrolysis. In this process, copper or aluminium article is used as anode. The oxide layer formed is strong and uniform all over the surface. Hence, it is useful for prevention of the corrosion of the metal. Anodization of aluminium. When aluminium is anodized, the thin layer of aluminium oxide is formed. It obstructs the contact of the aluminium with oxygen and water. This prevents further oxidation. This protection can be further increased by making the oxide layer thicker during the anodization. Next method is alloying. Definition: the homogeneous mixture formed by mixing a metal with other metals or non-metals in certain proportion is called an alloy. So an alloy is a homogeneous mixture. So various types of alloys are used for minting coins. Now here we consider some of the examples of alloys. Bronze is an alloy of copper and tin, 90% copper plus 10% tin. Bronze statues do not get affected by sun and rain. Stainless steel is an alloy of iron, chromium, and carbon. 74% iron, 18% chromium, and 8% carbon. Stainless steel does not get stains with air or water and also does not rust. Another definition: when one of the metals in an alloy is mercury, the alloy is called amalgam. For example, sodium amalgam, zinc amalgam. Silver amalgam was earlier used by dentists. Gold amalgam is used for extraction of gold. With this, we come to the end of revision of metallurgy. I hope these videos are useful to all of you. Please do like, subscribe, and subscribe this channel for further such useful videos. We'll meet in the next videos with some next topics. Till then, bye-bye and all the best for your preparation.